guys, it's Kenzie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking all about my injury, specifically my Achilles tendonitis, since it's such a popular injury for us dancers, and I get so many messages from you guys asking like how I maintain it, how I dance with my tendonitis and stuff like that. And even if you don't have tendonitis, if you are a dancer, especially if you're on point, watching this video will actually probably benefit you to reduce your risk of getting tendonitis. So Achilles tendonitis is basically an overuse injury. There's never really a point of like trauma to the tendon. It's usually always caused by like tears in your tendon or something from repeatedly doing Grand Pas Classique. And the reason I need to make this video is because your ankles are so important for dance. So important in your regular life too, so we gotta keep them healthy, and I really hope this video helps you guys. So I first started having tendonitis when I was 15. So that was around the time when I started my pre-professional like ballet training. And I was on point like so much more than I used to be. And I remember coming out of dance and my Achilles would be throbbing, and it was really painful, and I would wake up the next morning. When I would flex my ankle, it would hurt so bad, and I couldn't walk. I could only walk with shoes on, otherwise it would hurt so bad. And I was like, yeah, okay, I think I need to go to the doctor. I think I just like took bar for like, I don't even know. It was crazy. And for the longest time, I went to the PT like once. I think they helped. I don't know if they really like fixed my problem. And my thinking was, well, why would there be anything wrong with my technique? Like, I'm not like a bad dancer. I don't like, you know, do anything weird with my feet when I dance. So I'm like, okay, it's not that. But if you think about where tendonitis comes from, most likely it's from tight calves, just tight muscles, and it puts a lot of strain on your tendon. So now the first treatment that I'm gonna give you guys is anytime you're in dance class, especially on point class. When I'm on flat, I don't really think about it as much, but when I'm on point or in point class, I literally, every time I plie so deep. And I especially did this when I first started my like treatment journey. And I mean, I would come out of point and the next day and I wouldn't be in pain. And it was like the most relieving thing ever. So using your plie is so important for your ankle health. I don't really know why. I'm not a doctor or a physical therapist, but please just, if you have tendonitis, even if it feels off, like yes, I've tried this so many times, even if I'm like, oh, like my Achilles feels really weird, or like it feels like it's starting to flare up, I still use my deepest plie through the pain or through like the weird feeling and throughout the class. And the next day, like, I will not have a flare-up. And it's so weird, and it's so amazing, and I'm just, like, so happy. The next treatment I have, you guys, is obviously ice. Ice is just the holy grail for any inflammation injury. So I used to use my ice bucket, fill it with ice, fill it with cold water, put your feet in, and it's super painful. And honestly, I haven't really been doing it that much. That's how better my tendonitis has gotten, but sometimes I will still get a flare-up and I'll still have to like use it sometimes, but it's just like really annoying. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to go get ice and I have to go do this and that, and it's just like a long process. And that brings us into today's sponsor. Thank you so much to Natracure for sponsoring this video. I have been using their cold therapy sleeve instead of making a bucket of ice, which is really annoying. So their cold therapy sleeve is good for tight muscles on your arms or your legs. And these injuries can be caused by long hours of standing or repeated motion, and possibly without a proper cool down or a warm up, which is actually how my tendonitis started. So for these types of injuries, cold therapy and compression is needed to help ease the inflammation and to reduce the pain. It's like this stretchy little sleeve that you can put on a lot of areas of your body. Obviously I put it on my ankles. It gets really cold and stays cold longer than most cold sleeves on the market. It's made with a unique gel formula that's easy to move and breathe in, and it's also very affordable as well. So it's instant cold and I use it for at least 20 minutes. That's what they recommend. And it's super soft, lightweight material. You can put it in the fridge or the freezer. I always do the freezer so it gets as cold as it can be. And just slip it on whenever you're done with dance or whenever you feel a flare-up happening. Just to reduce that inflammation. So if you're interested in purchasing the cold therapy sleeve, click the link in the description box. You definitely need one. Like literally every dancer needs one. All you do is like grab it out of the freezer and put it on, and it's like, it's just amazing. So the third treatment that I'm gonna say is stretching. So like I said, most tendonitis stems from tight muscles. I stretch my calves for at least 2 minutes, and I always do the stair stretch. And whenever I feel a flare-up happening, or I feel my calves are extremely tight, I do for literally like 4 minutes plus. Like I will just sit there and stretch and stretch and stretch my calves until they cannot be stretched anymore. And this has helped tremendously. It's definitely something you need to do if your tendonitis is from tight calves, which it probably is. So, and even if you don't have tendonitis, make it a habit to stretch your ankles, especially if you do point, because you just want everything to work how it's supposed to work. And when it's tight, it just puts a lot of strain on other muscles and tendons in your body that aren't supposed to have that much strain, and that's how you get injuries. And yeah, so like I said, whenever I get a flare-up, I plie extra deep. I ice my feet extra, and actually if I don't have a flare-up, I actually won't ice my feet as much, just because I don't feel like I need to. But the moment I feel it coming on, I'm like, yeah, let me get the ice. I stretch my calves for a really, really long time. And if it's extra bad, I will roll it out on a foam roller as well. And yeah, so that is how I maintain and treat my tendonitis. I don't go to a physical therapist for it. I did once. I don't really see the doctor regularly. I don't do needling or like anything like that. But of course, everybody's bodies are different. So my treatment, thankfully, is working for me, and it doesn't really cost money at all. It's just simple technique changes and simple stretches, things that I can add into my day super easily. So definitely try this out if you have no luck with your tendonitis treatment, especially when going to the doctor, because sometimes, you know, they don't always know, especially like dancers, I feel like, because they don't really know what we do every day, and they don't really know how our technique is and how it can affect our injuries, you know what I mean, just by like one visit. But of course, treating this injury really won't ever fully go away. And treating it can actually, you know, take a while. So I would just say be patient, stay hopeful, stay consistent. And if anything starts to flare up or feel like awful to the point you can't walk, just do not dance on it. Go to the doctor. But yeah, so I hope this really helps you guys. I know a lot of you guys have tendonitis as well. It's unfortunately very common, but I hope this helps, and let me know any questions that you have, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay confident. Bye!